So this figure released a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to get around to making a video on it. It is the Bandai Tamashii Nations Dragon Ball Superhero Orange Piccolo figure. He's a pretty beefy guy, very big, much bigger than I thought it was going to turn out to be. It's his new power-up form from the movie. Let's see what it's all about here. You can see him through the window. Uh, you can see the backside right here as well. Very cool. So let's crack him open. So this Piccolo stands at just about 7.5 inches tall. Pretty tall figure for a SH Figuarts for sure. And he looks great, I gotta say. He came out very, very good. Lots of good accessories as well, and a little bit of a DLC accessory for Gohan, which we've been seeing a lot with the superhero line. So first and foremost with the figure, you see he's come with a pair of fists on him right there. We have a pair of open hands here, and then we have another pair of open hands, but these are a little bit different with the fingers spread apart compared to this one right there. And then we have alternate head sculpts as well. So let's take a closer look at Piccolo's head sculpt on him right now, and then we'll take a look at the other ones too. Alright, so here is the neutral head sculpt that comes on the figure, packed in. Then we have his alternate head sculpts, which the first one is a smirk with the eyes or the pupils looking to the side there. All of his antennas on all these come posed up. It seems like they can move a little bit, but you can't really pose them down. But there you go. And then we have a yelling head sculpt with the open mouth. And then lastly, we get the grinning head sculpt with the teeth right there, which looks great. All of them look really, really good. As for Gohan, there's no head sculpts for Gohan, but we do get, this one's kind of silly, but we get a pair of hands here with pegs. So you're basically getting Gohan blast effect and the hands that go with them. So we got the pegs there to hold the energy ball effect in his hands, and then of course all the peg holes on there, so you can put all the beam rays that illuminate from it, like he's doing a Kamehameha wave effect. So we get that. I don't know. This one is not a big deal. Like the other head sculpts are pretty cool, and the cape and all that, but this DLC is like I could have done without it, and maybe give us some like another head sculpt for Piccolo. I don't know, but here is Piccolo. And I'm actually surprised that the body is airbrushed, or it's got some shading on there. It's pretty cool to see that. Lately, or in recent time, SH Figuarts have just gone with base solid colored plastic, no paint, and it's always nice to see some shading there, some airbrush spray, so it just looks so much better when they add details. So I dig that quite a bit. So you can see that on his gi. And what's also pretty darn cool is that the torso shirt is a pliable plastic overlay piece over a sculpted chest. So probably if you wanted to, you could remove that piece and have a bare chest Piccolo. I'm gonna try that. Hopefully I don't break the figure, but I kind of want to do it anyways because I see his abdomen is kind of lopsided and I want to fix that. So just like most SH Figuarts figures, you can take it apart fairly easy. It's just connected by a ball joint. I fixed his abdomen, but if you really want to get his shirt off, you can, but you're probably going to have to cut it off. There's really no easy way to getting this on and off, especially with how beefy he is. It's just very difficult. But the articulation is there. Like he's got a diaphragm joint. He's got some very deep butterfly joints in there, but I think they went with the soft pliable plastic to kind of utilize some of that articulation, obviously, so it doesn't get in the way. And I dig that quite a bit. I'm actually very happy with that, and I love the overlay. It just looks more realistic that way. So that's cool. But like I said, you're probably gonna have to cut this thing open if you really want to take the shirt off, and I'm sure it's gonna look great because there is paint, there is sculpt underneath there. It's not just like unpainted. It looks completed, so that's good to see. But just like that, it's pretty easy to put it back together, and there's no issues there. So if you're afraid to kind of take them apart, I don't think you really have to. It's pretty easy. But it looks great. I mean, this is something that I think they did with Gohan too. They did an overlay for his shirt, and it looked great on that. And I think he could go shirtless too if you cut it. So it's nice to see that they're doing that, and it also helps with the articulation. You can see there's a slight cut right here above the sleeve, so you can move his arms freely. So that's cool to see. And overall, I'm just very happy with the way they executed this. So it looks great. It's a good looking figure. The paint job's done well. We got the darker orange arms with the light orange hands and the torso. Um, it's a cool form. It's not my favorite form. I didn't expect it, but it's cool to see Piccolo power up, you know, and have his moment to shine. The head sits on your traditional peg for SH Figuarts. They've been doing this weird thing for a while, and honestly, it sits a little bit loose, and I think it's probably because it's angled. Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, it's a little loose, but they've been doing that weird plate thing for a while. So the head can go up to a certain extent, goes down, goes left and right. The arms go all the way around, they go up. You can see there, no issues, in and out. That butterfly joint is utilized thanks to the cuts there. We have bicep swivels, double jointed elbows, and they did sculpt in paint within that cut and joint and multiple joints too. That's very impressive. I like that, and the paint's not rubbing off, so I like that a lot. There is a swivel at the wrist with a hinge, diaphragm joint at the torso. Again, there is a diaphragm joint within there, as well as a ball joint to the waist that swivels and tilts. Legs are the brand new groins that we all love. They kick forward, they go back down, they go in and out. You can see here. And then we have thigh swivels, double jointed knees. We have the ankles going forward and back. They rock and they swivel as well with a toe hinge at the foot. So there's a quick look at him next to Beast Gohan, which is the most recent release. And these look good together, of course, because this is how they fought in the movie, in these brand new transformations that they had. And overall, great looking figures. So again, you can use those hands on this Gohan there if you wanted to. That came with Piccolo if you have this figure, and I'm sure you do because everybody bought this figure. But overall, the height, you can just see how big Piccolo is. Very massive. And then here's the base form Piccolo from the superhero movie. And again, just a good sense of height and scale of the two I guess the one transformation next to his base form. So this figure is definitely a cool addition to the collection, especially if you're a fan of the movie. If you don't care too much for the movie, then this is probably not necessary for your collection. But overall, it goes very well with all the other movie releases, and it was a great movie, so I'm glad that they're still supporting and releasing figures from that movie, and I hope they continue. So I appreciate you guys hanging around, checking out the video. As always, guys, if you can, hit the like button, subscribe if you can as well, and let me know your thoughts down below. Take care, take it easy, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.